when you've got to put it in perspective based on where we had played the last game, to come out and respond after being down, I think as many as 17, to come back, there's a lot of teams that would have quit, especially with Mal's injury. That's not what this team has ever been about. We didn't quit down at LSU the other night. We just didn't play good. We just didn't play good. You know, and I said it out there, and I'll say it to you guys. It's going to sound crazy, but that loss is easier to take than this one, because this is that one where you go back and you dissect every possession from possession 1 to possession 85. But it's good lessons for us. But certainly, a proud coach, you know, bounce back like we did, have an opportunity to win it against a really, really good team that's starting to play good basketball. Even though we'll probably beat ourselves up for a day or two, there's a lot of positives to draw from and head into our bye week.
Coach, number one, what happened to Malika at the end of the half there? I couldn't see on the opposite end.
She rolled an ankle. She went to make a move, and I think she stepped on a kid's foot. And, you know, there's very few kids as tough as that one. So when she goes down, you know it's hurting. But she was, we've got the best athletic training staff in the world. They got her ready to go. And I was surprised when she said she could go. And she went in, then she hurt her hand. It wasn't the ankle again. Her hand went numb on her. So, you know, I thought her presence, the coming back in, was big. It lifted everybody up. I think it gave us a spark, and she was really, really good defensively down the stretch.
Just talk about Dungee's performance, I mean, especially in the second half.
As good as I've ever seen a kid have, just in the circumstances, needing it, knowing we needed it, not being reluctant when a number got called. You know, it doesn't surprise me one bit. She works at it. She's gotten herself in pro shape to play 40 minutes against that defense and do what she did. You know, I wasn't here for the other performances that people are talking about out there, but we had a lot of alumni here telling me that's as good as they've ever seen, especially in this building. And I'm not going to tell you it's not one of the top performances I've ever seen, period.
Chelsea, just talk about, you know, what it feels like to know that your team needs a big effort and to come through with that.
It feels good because I know that they have my back and that they trust the fact that when I put up a shot, it's going to be a good shot. It's either going to be a drive and one, a drive and a kick to shooters that we have, Tolford, Jay. They have confidence, and I have confidence in them too.
There was a lot of steps on the floor tonight, seeing that. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you we've had it since the beginning. We don't have it. We didn't initially. They were still feeling each other out. But game respects game, and our kids respected what was happening out there. And I think they were looking for her a little too much sometimes, to be honest. I wish that we're maybe a shot or two we would have taken in an effort to get it to her. But, you know, that's a thing, again, in year two, we'll take. If we're in year 5 of this and she's a senior and we're sitting up here still having this conversation, then we got a problem. But we don't have a problem right now. The problem is there's a bunch of teams in this league that have been ahead of us, and we're closing the gap. I don't think there's any question about that. And I love that we're starting to think about results. I love that it's starting to hurt when you see a tear in her eyes and the competitor's eyes. And, you know, a kid like Ramirez and IT aren't even playing. You see how competitive they are. That makes you, as a coach and as a staff, know that you're doing the right things every day in practice, and you're doing the right things on and off the court.
You talk about that safety.